Can you imagine in 2024, I've heard people say mental illness is not real or things like depression is fake? My name is Vergia Davidson. I'm a mental health consultant. I help managers to keep top performers happy at work. Let's have a conversation. Let's start with the basics. What is mental health? Mental health refers to our social and emotional well-being. It's how we think, how we feel, and how we behave. So why is our mental health so important? Well, it's our ability to make decisions, to interact with the people around us, and it's how we handle stress. So if we're not taking care of what we think, how we feel, and what we do in life, it's going to affect us in many different ways. So throughout life, we all struggle from time to time. But how do we know if we're struggling with our mental health? How do we know if this is something we should pay attention to? So think about it. As you are going through life, how are you sleeping? Are you noticing insomnia? Are you noticing there's a challenge in terms of your nutrition, what you're eating? It could be loss, it could be trauma. So many different things that people can struggle with when it comes to our health. So when do we seek help versus when do we just deal with these situations on our own? Well, I'm a strong advocate of asking for help. Doesn't hurt. But if you're noticing you're struggling with these symptoms, insomnia, inability to focus, inability to concentrate, feeling really down for more than 3 weeks or more, it's time to talk with someone. Why is this important? Because if we don't get the help, it could turn into something else. For example, you have a routine. Like my morning routine is I get up, I normally go to the gym. After the gym, I go to work. After work, I come home, I probably have something to eat, and then I kind of wind down. So if I'm struggling with a mental illness, just leaving my bed becomes a struggle. What I do becomes almost an effort and it's impacting me. When I want to be around people, naturally, all of a sudden, I don't want to be around people. I want to stay by myself. If I'm noticing I have these perceptions about others, the world that is dangerous, or I have this hyper suspicion, this is something that's impacting my ability to function and do my day-to-day tasks. And this is where, if we're noticing this for at least 3 or more weeks, we definitely need to get the support that we need. So let's talk numbers. It's not just me because I'm a mental health consultant, but what about everyone else? How do they feel about their mental health? Is there stats around mental health? All right, here we go. 1 in 5 adults experience mental illness each year. 1 in 25 adults face serious mental illness annually. 1 in 6 youth aged 6 to 17 deal with mental health disorders. So mental health isn't just something that affects me and maybe my cousin. It affects everyone around us. Some things you can see, other things you can't. But for sure, these people are not making it up. How does mental health affect you? It affects you by your concentration. How are you focusing? Overthinking. Do you feel like your thoughts are racing a mile a minute? Is it affecting your sleep? Is it affecting your energy level? All of these things are super important, and this is how it affects us. So if we're noticing these signs, do not ignore it. Let's get to some solutions. If you're like, Vergia, I've noticed that some of these things I relate to, don't worry, there's help available. Number 1, prioritize yourself. It's so important because you're the only one in this world. What is it that you enjoy? What is it that makes you alive again? Another option could be talking with friends or professionals. How often do you make time to talk or make time to do things with other people or to socialize, interact? Some of these conversations that we're having, it's naturally reducing our stress without even us thinking about it. And of course, we need to be aware of the people that we allow into our space. There's some people that speak life into us and they help us to want to be better. They encourage us. They're kind of like the wind beneath our sail. And there's other people, when we're around them, they feel really draining. It feels like one step forward, one step back. When you're talking to them, it's like they're all over the place. So important to protect your health. Another tip is practice stress reducing activities. Going for a walk. So important, going for a walk, moving your body, going to the gym, picking up a hobby, a sport, things like that. Don't underestimate the power of those things. So remember, your mental health deserves care. And if you are noticing that, there's a change, don't ignore it. If you'd like to book a consultation call with me, be sure to click the link into the description. And don't forget to like or subscribe. I hope you found this helpful. Till next time.